What's up, guys? Thank you for coming back to the 501st Vapors. As you notice, my nephew is not with me. He is spending the next couple days with his dad. Then he'll be back with me and we'll be making more videos. For this video, we're going to be talking about some Star Wars stuff. And what am I vaping on for this video? I'm vaping on my Rogue 100 mod with a Renegade tank, both made by Electron Sig. One of the best vapor companies, like shops I've ever been to. They got really great stuff. I got an Innovate band on it. It's a thick band, you know, and I like Innovate too. I like their flavors, like Heisenberg, Galactic Republic. But anyways, for this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about Star Wars while we're vaping, having a little vape sesh. So if you're not vaping, get your mod. If you come across this video and vape with me, listen to what I have to say. If you'd like it at any point in time, like and subscribe to this channel for more of this content. So like I said, in this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about Star Wars. What we're going to talk about is Stormtroopers. Not First Order Stormtroopers, no. Not the fellow Empire Stormtroopers of Legends, no. But we're going to be talking about the Stormtroopers of the Galactic Empire. Now, I know there's a lot of people coming up with theories throughout the years on why they can't aim, why they can't hit anything, why aren't their blasters the greatest, why aren't their armor the greatest. I'm going to explain to you why in this video. So, the Galactic Empire had their Stormtrooper Corps, which is supposed to be the elite of the elite. In Rebels and in the original trilogy, they're not the most elite of the elite. They actually really fucking suck. Which is why you need to read... Excuse me. That was very fucking rude. We're going to be talking about the Stormtroopers. You need to read the comics, man. The comics, the books. There's some pretty damn good Stormtroopers. Now, anyways. Oh, the liquid I'm vaping on is a mixture of my own from Electron Sig. It's Red Shield Reserve flavors mixed with Vapor Bud flavors. It is, I forget the name of this one, but it's like a sour gummy worms and a hard apple cider, maple syrup, French toast. I just mixed it all together, and it's probably about 4 to 5 milligrams of nicotine in it the way I mixed it. But let's get on to the Stormtroopers. Let me explain why they were the way they were. Stormtroopers. Now, Palpatine, the Emperor, Sheev Palpatine, was focused on manpower. He wasn't really focused on getting the best of the best. He wanted his Death Star to be complete. He wanted the Imperial Navy to be strong. He wanted to rule through tyranny, through fear. And he thought that he could do that through manpower. Now let me explain. The Empire of the Galactic Civil War, there were rules. They had laws in place that the Emperor would follow to an extent. The Imperial Senate would vote on certain things, have restrictions on militaries because of the Clone Wars, restrictions on what they could use, what they could have. Now the Stormtrooper armor was for minimal small arms fire protection, like blaster pistols, low-powered blaster rifles, not really military-grade weapons because they weren't worried about some big force attacking them or going to war with them. The Stormtroopers were based on planets where the law, Imperial law, needed to be held. So their armor, like I said, was meant for small arms, you know, low-powered blaster technology. They still required freedom of movement, and it was minimal protection. It was minimal protection, but it was to instill fear. Seeing this armored person coming at you with their blaster rifle, and their armor was white because the Emperor thought, we'll let you see us coming, but we don't care. We're still going to beat you. For the Empire. So that explains the armor, why all the Alliance weapons were able to get through their armor so easily. And now I'm going to explain the E11. In the games and everything, it's this high-powered blaster rifle. That's not the case. Their blasters also had restrictions because of the laws put in by the Imperial Senate. The E11 was meant to intimidate. Like, the police in our real life, they're not walking around with M4s. They're not walking around with M16s, AK-4. They're not walking around with those it's basic pistols for self-defense. As a last resort, they use their pistols. That's like the Stormtroopers. The E11, in my opinion, wasn't that strong of a weapon because it was meant for civilians, not a military. The Empire at all didn't expect to have to go to like a galaxy-wide war. So they had the E11 that was meant to stop civilians, common criminals, stuff like that. Now, for their training, near the end of the war, Palpatine, the Emperor Sheev, wanted as much men as he could to fight against the Empire, so they would pull recruits out of their training before even finishing it, throwing them in Stormtrooper armor, throwing E11s at them, saying, go do this, hold this down, or this is. They didn't even complete their training, so they weren't that skilled. They weren't ready to face these Alliance soldiers who were ex-Imperials, ex-Stormtroopers. They were ex-military, maybe they were security, or they had hope. The Empire fought on because of the fear of the Empire, and the rebellion fought for hope. They had more morale. They had something to truly fight for, rather than they fought for it because they're afraid of it. I believe most Imperials saw it as, if you can't beat them, join them. And the Rebel Alliance was, we're going to die, so let's die fighting. Let's give it our all. So that explains their skill set and why they were getting knocked off one by one in the later, episode 6, episode 5. Well, in 5, the Snowtroopers, they went right. They were knocking the rebels out one by one. That's around the time where it was really the veterans. And then episode 6, in that couple year span, I believe it was a 4-year span in between 5 and 6. The Emperor started pulling recruits out of training left and right, submitting anybody and with minimal training just to get manpower out there. So that is why we see the Stormtroopers the way they are, because they're missing their shots, they're getting knocked off quick, they're not really using tactics, they're just really running in there, shooting, trying to beat the enemy, which was the rebels. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little short like the other ones, but I just wanted to give my quick opinion on why I think the Stormtroopers were the way they were in the Star Wars films in the original trilogy. With that being said, vape on, and for the Republic, guys. See ya. 501st Vapors, out.